Hello, everyone. Today I'm sharing with you, is it necessary to hire a design company for store decoration? This is a question many sellers seriously struggle with after reaching a certain stage. On one hand, there are practical considerations: limited budget, complicated processes, high communication costs. On the other hand, there's a nagging anxiety. Doing it yourself risks a lack of professionalism. Not hiring a professional risks impacting conversion rates. So the question becomes, is it really absolutely necessary to hire a design company for store decoration? Below, I won't take sides, but rather clarify this from four perspectives: stage, goals, cost, and risk. First, the conclusion. It's not whether to hire one, but when to hire one. Many people are asking the wrong question. The truly reasonable judgment isn't, should I hire a design company for store decoration? But rather, is hiring a design company worthwhile at my current stage? Because the value of a design company varies greatly at different stages. 2. In the from 0 to 1 stage, not hiring a design company is normal. If you are currently in the following situation, just starting out, products still being tested, unstable orders, operations not yet running smoothly, then here's a very straightforward conclusion. In this stage, not hiring a design company is perfectly normal. The reason is simple. Your needs are unstable. Page changes are frequent. Today, you might want to sell A, tomorrow, you might switch to B. In this situation, even if you hire a design company, the design is unlikely to be perfect the first time. Revision costs are high. You're more likely to be tied to the final draft. This isn't a problem with the design company. It's a mismatch between the current stage and the current phase. 3. Many people find their efforts useless, but the problem often lies not with the design company. A common phenomenon is they pay for a design and the page does look better, but conversion rates don't improve significantly. They conclude, the design company is useless. But in reality, the problem often lies in, you yourself can't clearly articulate the selling points. The main promotional direction keeps changing, and the requirements are constantly being revised. In this situation, the design company can only package your lack of clarity to make it look better. If the logic is unclear, even professional design can only amplify the problems. IV. When is hiring a design company truly valuable? Design companies truly begin to become valuable, usually after these signals. The product structure is relatively stable. The main product is clearly defined. The activity rhythm is fixed, and there are requirements for style and efficiency. At this point, what you need is no longer just make the page, but stable and consistent page quality over the long term. The value of a design company begins to shift from providing visuals to system support. V. Design companies solve more than just looks good. Many sellers underestimate the true role of design companies. At the right stage, professional design teams can often solve these problems. Is the page structure reasonable? Is the visual consistency consistent over time? Can it respond quickly to different activities? Will the cost of redesigns increase over time? These problems are difficult to solve in the long run with individual, piecemeal modifications. When you start to care about stability and efficiency, design companies truly begin to play a role. 6. What are the main risks of not hiring a design company? Of course, we also need to clarify the other side. Common risks in the long run from not hiring a professional designer include the page style gradually becomes out of control, different designs from different people, requiring frequent redesigns for multiple activities, increasingly high maintenance costs. These problems are not obvious in the early stages, but become extremely energy-consuming as the business scales up. It's not that problems arise immediately, but rather that it becomes increasingly tiring. 7. A more realistic middle option. not necessarily hiring a design company from the start. Many sellers view their choices as a binary choice: either do it yourself or hire a design company. However, in reality, there are many transitional options, such as phase-based cooperation, monthly, long-term collaboration, and clearly defined outsourcing support. The value of these methods lies in maintaining flexibility while gradually building a professional system. For many small and medium-sized sellers, this is the most cost-effective path. Fate. How to determine: is now the time to hire a design company? You can ask yourself a few questions. Are page modifications becoming more frequent? Is it becoming increasingly difficult to maintain a consistent style? Is design already affecting the operational rhythm? Am I starting to care about consistent output rather than just getting it done? If you've clearly felt 2 or 3 of these questions, then you can be fairly certain you've entered the stage where professional design is starting to have value. Here's some practical advice for sellers. Don't treat hiring a design company as an upgrade in status, nor as a one-time investment. It's more like introducing a basic skill at the right time. Used at the right stage, it's an accelerator. Used at the wrong stage, it's a burden. In short, shop decoration doesn't necessarily require hiring a design company. However, when your business starts to pursue stability, efficiency, and long-term consistency, professional design becomes almost unavoidable. The key isn't whether to hire one, but rather where you are now.